Some growth happens because of what we learn, but some growth only happens because of the room we're in. Tonight, we're talking about why the right room changes everything. This is the 30. Let's get started. Well, hello there, gang. Welcome to the 30. I would like to thank you for being here. Of course, this is where things happen. The 30 allows you the space, allows us the space where we focus on leadership, where we focus on making things happen. It's a space for meaningful conversations designed for personal, professional, and leadership growth. As you know, the 30 is a production of the Jackman Group LLC, a leadership and development firm, organizational performance. That's what we focus on. We're dedicated to developing leaders, strengthening teams, and helping organizations execute with clarity, alignment, and impact. On this episode, I want to talk about something that many of us underestimate: the power of the room. Because growth is not just about effort, it's not just about ambition, it's not even just about information. Sometimes growth changes because the room changes. And that's what we're talking about tonight. Why the right room changes everything. So stay with me. If you're joining us on YouTube, make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you're driving us on LinkedIn, wherever you're joining us from, thank you, thank you, thank you for being here. As leaders, there are some things we learn on our own, but there are other things that only happen when we're in the right environment, the right room. And that's what we want to focus on, because the right room gives us things isolation cannot. It gives us perspective. It gives us challenge. It gives us exposure. It gives us conversation. It gives us accountability. And sometimes it gives us the right type of language that helps a leader go from where they are to where they desire are where they're called to be. And that's our focus. Folks, the fact is, the right room can truly sharpen our thinking. It can sometimes stretch our mindset. As I said, it can challenge our assumptions. It can even create the kind of discomfort that leads to growth. Because growth only happens when we as leaders, we as individuals, make the decision to step out of our comfort zone. And that matters because leaders do not just grow by collecting ideas. We grow when we're influenced by the rooms that we're in that stretch us. Sometimes the right room gives us a different perspective, a different look, a different outlook. The right room also provides us with the opportunity for new friends, new relationships, new collaborations. It sometimes gives us a necessary challenge. It gives us a needed reminder that we are still growing. And that's what the right room does. We also know that the opposite can be true. It may give us one thing, but it's also something that comes at a cost. Because when leaders stay out of the right room, we often keep moving, but we don't always keep growing. We can become more experienced without becoming more refined. And I'll say that again. When we are not in the right room, when we're isolated, we can become more experienced without becoming more refined. So that's a cost. Sometimes we can get busy. We can look busy without getting sharper. So that's another cost, right? This is one of the dangers of isolation. That's the cost of isolation. When we are not in the right rooms, when we are not in a room, we tend to isolate ourselves. We tend to know or think that we know it all. So being alone physically, mentally, being disconnected from the kind of spaces in the rooms that stretch our perspective, it puts us into a very dangerous spot. Because when we as leaders stay out of those rooms, we miss a lot. We miss being challenged. We miss receiving honest and candid feedback from others. We miss seeing and hearing others' perspective. We miss the sharpening, the type that really happens only in community. And over time, we start to mistake repetition for growth. So friends, that's why the right room matters. Because the wrong room can keep us comfortable. No room can keep us isolated. But the right room can move us from where we are to where we desire to be. One of the many mistakes that we as leaders make is sometimes we assume that one good experience is enough. One good training, one good seminar, one good cohort, one good event, one breakthrough, one strong season. And we're thinking, that is good. We're doing something. We're moving forward. And we're thinking that all is well with us. And trust me, all those things matter. Because when added up, when calculated, it can get us to the next level. But it can't take us further. We have to be in the right room. Because it's important to note that real growth usually happens when we are in the right room. Real growth happens when we come together as community. Leaders need to focus on getting in the right room because we need to continue growing, learning, connecting, and being challenged. That's one of the reasons that at the Jackman Group, who produces this show, is so committed to developing leaders, strengthening teams, and helping organizations execute with clarity, alignment, and impact. And I witnessed that over the last 5 weeks. This week we completed our 5-week MPACT Leaders Spring 2026 leadership development experience. And it was a fantastic time. We had leaders from different aspects of the marketplace, government, education, and we shared. I learned from them. Hopefully they learned from us. But it was a great time. And in the coming weeks, I'm going to have a couple of them on and learn more about what they experienced, what their learning was. So look forward to, in a couple of weeks, we'll have that. But it was an awesome time. And we're in the process of continuing cohort 13 with the City of Rochester. Folks, growth is happening. Learning is taking place, but it's happening because leaders are in the room. They are present, they're engaging, they're reflecting, and they are being challenged. It's an exciting time, and I love it because they are in the room. They're not outside of the room. They're not in the wrong room. They're in the right room. And that's, again, is so critical because not only does it help inspire you, it helps develop you. So we are going to be doing a couple of things coming up here shortly. And I hope that you can join us. I hope that you can be with us. The first event that we're having, this is our second event for leaders and entrepreneurs. This is an in-person event. And it's called the Leaders and Entrepreneurs Connect. So if you are a leader, whether you are a leader in corporate America, non-for-profit, you're a leader in ministry, wherever your leadership role lies, if you're an entrepreneur, if you are you would like to be an entrepreneur, if you are an emerging leader, I invite you to join us on Thursday, May 28th. And I have put the link in the description. You need to register. It's free. And I invite you to join us because we deeply care about the rooms that you're in. We deeply care about creating rooms that support real growth. And that's why we do some of these events that we do. That's why we partner with organizations from all market segments to help leaders grow and develop, to help them go from where they are to where they desire to be. Folks, we invite you to be part of the right room. So May 28th, we want you to join us so that we can connect, we can build relationships, we can stay around for the right conversations, because all of us need to be in the right room. And coming July 8th through August 5th, Our Wednesday masterclass is back. 5 weeks, and this is virtual. So wherever you are in the country, wherever you are in the world, I invite you to join us for Wednesday masterclass, where we are going to break down for 5 weeks, every Wednesday from July 8th through August 5th, every Wednesday, we're going to be talking about leadership. We're also going to be talking about AI. So you don't want to miss that. I'm going to be giving more information in the coming weeks. So stay tuned, more to come in that, because leadership growth needs continued investment, continued sharpening, continued exposure to the right ideas in the right room, in the right environment. Because some growth really happens through what you know, but more importantly, who you connect with. Because some growth, as I said, happens when you stay in the right room. So we invite you to get into the right room. As I prepare to end, we always finish with a reflection question. And I will leave you with this tonight. What room has changed your growth the most? I want you to think about that. What room have you been in that has changed your growth the most? That have taken you from where you are to the next level? What room have you been in? Is it a room where you have been with us, or is it another room? You can drop that in chat. I would love to know what room you've been in that changed your growth the most. Let us know. Or you can send us an email, info@jackmangroupllc.com. That's info@jackmangroupllc.com. Folks, that's about it. I wanted to just drop by. I'm battling a cold. My throat is acting up. But I wanted to really come in. I couldn't just stay away. So I hope that you enjoyed this episode. And I hope that you can connect with us on next week. Next week, I have a guest coming in. He's going to be talking about more of it from a community standpoint. So stay tuned. He's a leader. He's a community advocate. He's a community. So he focuses. He's also an officer. And so I want you to join me next week and join us in the coming weeks. We're going to have some interviews. I'm going to be talking less, and I'm going to give our guests more opportunities to talk more. Some of you may be saying, yay, he'll actually talk less and allow other people to talk more. But that is starting next week, and in the next 2-3 weeks, that's what we will do. But I want to thank you for being here. I want to thank you for being a supporter of the 30. I want to thank you for being a supporter of the Jackman Group LLC. I want you to thank you for being a client. I want you to thank you for being a valued client of the Jackman Group LLC. We are planning some things down the road. Stay tuned. I'll be bringing it to you, but I want you to stay tuned to this channel and join us. Join this journey. Thank you for 6 years of being part of your life and you being a part of our life. Until then, we will say good night. May God bless you and your family. Be safe. And I hope this conversation reminds you that growth is not just about desire. It's about the environment, and the right room can really change everything. See you next week.